7. Are you ready?
Hi, a very good day to everyone. Thanks for watching this video. Myself Nilos Ramu and I'm a Bachelor of Business Administration student. My matrix ID is BBA202309012448. Today I will be presenting on the role of individual entrepreneurship with the focus on how daily problems can be turned into a business opportunity. This presentation is a part of the coursework for subject called Entrepreneurship ENT 3013 under the guidance of our lecturer Associate Professor Dr. Sharizal bin Abdul Rahim. So the first slide is about the table of contents. These are the table of contents: introduction, opportunity recognition, product innovation and limited resources, challenges in individual entrepreneurship, risk and resilience, human entrepreneurship, lastly conclusion. Next slide. So this slide is about the introduction. Entrepreneurship can begin from everyday problem when individuals identify a need and turn it into a useful solution. Although individual entrepreneurs often start with limited resources, success can be achieved through creativity, willingness to take risks and resilience in facing challenges. Basically, this means that individual entrepreneurship refers to a situation where one person identifies an opportunity that takes risks, gathers resources, and creates a value through a product or service. In many cases, entrepreneurship does not begin with a big company, advanced technology, or any large capital. Sometimes it begins with a simple problem that people face in their daily life. Actually, let's say many successful products are created because someone experienced a problem or thinks how this can be improved. A small problem such as cleaning, cooking, carrying items, or saving time can be a business idea if the entrepreneur is able to turn it to a useful solution. This slide about the opportunity recognition. Entrepreneurs identify problems that others ignore. Daily problems can become business ideas. For example, a cleaning problem inspired a self-rigging mop idea. So basically, this is known as an opportunity recognition, where opportunity recognition means the ability of an entrepreneur to identify a problem or unmet need and that can be transformed into a business idea basically. And many people may experience as well the same problem, but not everyone sees it as an opportunity as an entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur are different because they are able to observe the problem and connect them with the customer needs. So for example, in household product industry, traditional mop can be uncomfortable and unhygienic because users need to wring the dirty water by hand itself, right? So for most people, this may just be a normal cleaning problem, but for an entrepreneur, this problem can be an opportunity to create a product better or an better product. A self-rigging mop, for example, and it can help the users clean more easily, and it also help by not touching the dirty water, and as well as it also saves the time. Secondly, product innovation and limited resources. Innovation does not always need advanced technology. A simple product can be valuable if it solves a real customer problem. The miracle mop improves convenience, hygiene, and user experience. So basically, this means that innovation does not always have to be complex, and innovation can also mean improving or an existing product. Basically, a product that does not need to be completely new to valuable, and it can become an innovative when it solves a real customer problem in a better way. In business, value is created when the product makes life easier, safer, or more convenient for the customers. Another important point in the slide is the individual entrepreneurship is limited resources. Unlike large companies, individual entrepreneurship usually do not have a big department, strong financial support, or experienced business teams. They may start with only their own savings, basic skills, personal connections, and strong determination. Because of this, every decision carries risk. For example, before a product can be sold, basically the entrepreneur needs the money for the materials, design, production, packaging, marketing, as well as sometimes the production or the product need protection as well, so such as a patents or legal rights. If the product fails, the entrepreneur may lose the money as well, and not only money, time and confidence, where it will become a discourage for them to move on. This is why the entrepreneurship requires courage. The entrepreneur must be willing to make decisions even when the outcome is uncertain. Let's move to the next slide. This slide is about challenges that we face in individual entrepreneurship. Basically, first one is financial pressure. So it's one of the biggest challenges for individual entrepreneurs. A person may have a good idea, but without enough money, it is difficult to turn that idea into a real product. For example, producing even a simple household product requires a cost. Basically, the entrepreneur may need to find investor or borrow money or even convince others to support the idea. This shows that entrepreneurship not only about creativity but also about the managing resources wisely. Besides financial challenges, individual entrepreneurs also may face the family responsibility and emotional pressures as well. Some entrepreneurs need to support their family while trying to build a business at the same time. This can make the journey more difficult because they need to divide their time, energy, and attention as well. However, this responsibility can also become a motivation. The desire to improve their life or for family can push the entrepreneur to work harder and not give up easily. Another challenge is lack of business experience. Exactly, creativity alone is not enough to make a business successful actually. So entrepreneurs also need knowledge in marketing, finance, negotiation, contract, production, as well as customer communication, where communication is the prior for every business basically. So for instance, an entrepreneur may invent a useful product, but if the product does not presented properly to the customer, it may fail to sell as well. So this shows that selling and communication are just as important as the product itself. So a good product must be explained clearly. Customers need to understand what problem the product solves, how it works, and why they should buy it. For example, if a self-rinsing mop is demonstrated badly, customer may think it just like any normal mop. But if the entrepreneur explain and demonstrate it properly, customer can see it as a useful and value. This proves that entrepreneurs must know their own product very well. And next is rejection is also a normal part of entrepreneurship, but not everyone will believe in a new idea at first. Basically, even we are itself, we won't believe someone came out with a new idea that not even at the market before. So family members, investors, business partners, or customer may doubt whether the product can be succeed. For example, people may say the idea is too simple, too risky, or not profitable. However, rejection should not stop there for the entrepreneur. Instead, it should become a part of learning process, where things down, there things rise, right? So when entrepreneurs face rejection, they need to improve their strategy. They may need to improve the product as well and change the way they present it to find a better target market or explain the product benefit more clearly, where it able to attract the customer. This is where the resilience become more important. The resilience means the ability to continue even after the failing or the failure, criticism, or the disappointment basically. Let's move to the next slide. So this slide is about the risk and resilience, where I have mentioned about resilience before. So entrepreneurs face uncertainty and possible failure. Product imitation, business risk can threaten ownership. Resilience helps entrepreneurs continue despite setbacks. Risk and resilience basically closely connected in entrepreneurship. When a product becomes successful or valuable, there is also a risk that others may copy the idea or try to take control of it. This is why entrepreneurs must understand the importance of protecting their product, ownership rights, contracts, and business decisions as well. So entrepreneurs must not only create a product but also protect their business interests. For let's say example, when an entrepreneur creates a useful product, like there is always a risk that other people may copy the idea, produce a cheaper version, or even they took advantage of the entrepreneur where their lack of business knowledge. This can cause the entrepreneur to lose their profit, ownership, and even their recognition among the customers. However, resilience means the entrepreneur does not give up when facing this problem. Instead, the entrepreneur learns to protect the product through patents, contracts, legal rights, and even better business decision as well. So this shows that business risk can become a learning process that makes the entrepreneur stronger and more independent. So let's move to the next slide. This slide is about the human entrepreneurship. Female entrepreneurs may face gender bias, as we know. They often need to prove their ability in male-dominant business environments. Lastly, confidence and self-advocacy are important in women entrepreneurship. So basically what women entrepreneurship means is like they may face extra challenges in male-dominated business environment. They may need to work harder to gain trust, authority, and recognition as well. Sometimes people may underestimate them because they are gender roles or social expectation. Let's say a woman who creates a household product may seen only as a housemaker but not as an inventor or any business leader. This shows that entrepreneurship is also influenced by the society and how people judge their ability. Because of that, confidence is very important. So women entrepreneurs need to defend their ideas, speak for themselves, and prove that they understand their product and business as well, which able to cater the customers' needs, even in the dominated by the male. This shows that entrepreneurship not only about money, product development, but it also involves a self-belief, confidence, and ability to stand the firm when others doubt you basically. So the next slide is about the conclusion. Lastly, conclusion, where entrepreneurship starts with identify real problems and followed by innovation requires learning, courage, and the persistence. And lastly, individual entrepreneurs can succeed even with limited resources. So basically, to conclude that individual entrepreneurship is a journey that requires creativity, courage, learning, and resilience. A simple daily problem can become a strong business opportunity when the entrepreneur is able to identify customer needs and create a useful solution basically. Even with limited resources, lack of experience, rejection, business risk, and social challenges, an entrepreneur can still succeed through a determination and self-belief. So that's all from me today. Let's end the presentation with a beautiful quote, where great business do not always begin with a wealth or power. Sometimes they begin with one person, one problem, and the courage to create change. Thank you for your time and patience throughout the presentation. Have a good day. Hope to meet you soon, guys. Thank you. Bye.